Hey everyone, welcome back to another Reactions with Erin video. In this video, I am going to be reacting to the song You've Got a Friend by James Taylor. I haven't done a James Taylor song yet, so I'm looking forward to this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful already.
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand,
Oh, he's got a good voice.
and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call up my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
So sweet.
If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud now. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call up my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yes, I will see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, yeah. All you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey.
One pause. What a beautiful song. Wow. His voice is so amazing. There's such an innocence and sweetness to his voice. I love it. It's so beautiful.
Ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them. Oh yeah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh babe, don't you know about winter, spring, summer, or fall? Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there, yes I will. No, you've got a friend. You've got a friend, yeah. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Oh yeah, yeah. you've got a friend.
Wow. There's oh my gosh. Where to even begin to describe him? His voice, his style. There's like an innocence and sweetness there, but then there's also the sound of someone who is like had some life experience. They have some life wisdom. Wow. That's so beautiful. What was his name again? James Taylor, right? I actually started tearing up just for a minute at one point. That part about don't let people take your soul. That part. There's something about that that hit me. When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand, and nothing, oh, nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest nights. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, oh yeah, baby, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, 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 you've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud now. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, oh yes, I will, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, ain't it good to know you've got a friend? People can be so cold, they'll hurt you and desert you. Well, they'll take your soul if you let them, oh yeah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh baby, don't you know about winter, spring, summer, or fall? Hey now, all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there, yeah, yes I will. You've got a friend, yeah. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Oh yeah, yeah, you've got a friend. Wow. This is like the most unconditional love a person could ask for. It's so beautiful. Whether you see this figure as, I love how it's kind of ambiguous. You could like apply it to, you know, you could make the narrator of the song, you could make them a parent, you could make them a sibling, you could make them a spouse, you could make them a lifelong best friend. You know, there's a bunch of different ways you could cast the speaker of this song. So beautiful. Dang. One of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. Written and recorded by Carole King in 1971, this song became the biggest and most well-known hit for the then 23-year-old James Taylor. Wow. That's where the innocent sound comes from. He's so young. But he was also able to, like, sound older at the same time, if that makes sense. This was his only number one in America. It was the first single off his third album. Taylor was the first to record it. putting down the track at Crystal Sound Studios on Vine Street in Los Angeles with his band, which included King on piano. Days later, King recorded her version at A&M Studio on LeBray Avenue. King's version was released first, appearing on her Tapestry album in February 1971. The song appeared on Taylor's Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon album in April, and was released as a single around the same time, going to number 1 in the US in July. According to Taylor, Carole King told him that this song was a response to his 1970 hit, Fire and Rain, where Taylor sings, "I've got lonely times when I could not find a friend." King's musical response, "You've got a friend right here." Taylor heard this song for the first time in November 1970 when he played a week of shows at the Troubadour in Los Angeles. By this time, his album Sweet Baby James had taken off, and Taylor was drawing large crowds. He asked his good friend Carole King to be his opening act, and King grudgingly accepted. She wasn't used to playing her own songs live and was very nervous. King had written You've Got a Friend for her upcoming Tapestry album during sound checks. She played the song while Taylor listened in the balcony. Later, during a recording session for his Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon album, Taylor had some studio time left over after recording 2 songs that day. His producer Peter Asher suggested they take a crack at You've Got a Friend, so Taylor and his band recorded the song. It sounded great, but Taylor didn't want to steal King's song out from under her, so Asher called her with bold request to let Taylor record the song. Which was clearly destined to be a hit. King graciously granted permission, and Taylor's version was released as a single, going to number 1 in the US. This worked out well for King, however, since it became a linchpin of her Tapestry album. And while she never released her version as a single, the album sold over 10 million copies in the US. There are some differences in the lyrics between King and Taylor's versions, mostly just slight variations. The biggest difference is the opening lines. King's version, "When you're down in troubles and you need some love and care." Taylor's version, "When you're down in trouble and you need a helping hand." Taylor's version of this song won the 1971 Grammy Award for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. The song also won for Song of the Year, an award that goes to its writer, Carole King. Joni Mitchell sang background harmonies on this song with Taylor. He told Uncut, "Joni's singing a parallel fifth harmony that kind of makes the chord into a major ninth. It feels like it frames the music in an interesting way to have her coming off at such an unusual note. Her voice is so pure and so perfectly in tune and confident that it works immediately no matter what she does." Joni Mitchell appeared on 2 tracks from the album as well, "Love Has Brought Me Around" and "Long Ago and Far Away." Russ Kunkel played a kambasa on this track, which is a shaker instrument. Kunkel and Danny Kortchmar, sorry if I'm butchering these names, also played congas, and Kortchmar and Taylor both played acoustic guitar. Leland Sklar played bass, and Kunkel also played drums. James Taylor sang this after the January 2015 Charlie Hebdo funerals in France at a rally in Paris, which Secretary of State John Kerry attended. He explains to Billboard magazine how the performance came about. "At the time of the attacks, my wife and I were in Switzerland taking vacation time before I went to Paris to do press for a tour of Europe. John Kerry and Teresa Kerry are, I would say, are good friends. Kim was texting him after the attacks and said, 'John, I think you need to go to Paris.' They were having a solidarity march 2 days after the attack. But John had to be in Peshawar for a secret meeting. He said, 'I'll be there as soon as I can.' When he came to Paris, we had dinner and he said, I'm giving a speech with the mayor tomorrow, James. Will you sing You've Got a Friend? It was done at the drop of a hat. When I stood up to sing, my guitar wasn't working. So the mayor, Anne Hidalgo, came over and held her mic in front of my guitar. So that is You Got a Friend by James Taylor. Thank you for spending some time with me, listening to this beautiful, beautiful song. Absolutely incredible. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. Erin out. See you soon.